Let's go. The Chicago Bears just stole an absolute monster in this draft. And this was a move that's kind of getting lost in the shuffle. And I'm talking about the drafting of mammoth offensive tackle Azie Trapillo. Boston College offensive tackle Azie Trapillo. He stands at an impressive 6'8", 316 pounds, and he combines not only a massive frame, but he also has really refined pass protection skills, earned him first-team All-ACC honors in 2024, and this is a player that offensive line coach Dan Ruchar is going to absolutely love. Pass protection skills coming first. That's what he looks for in offensive linemen. And he's got an ability to stonewall edge rushers, and he has versatility across both the tackle and guard positions. Just such a nice match for the Bears. And this is not only a move that it's going to provide immediate competition at multiple spots, but it's also a really far-sighted move. This is setting the Bears up for the future, and I just really love this move. So kind of to get there, it started with a trade with the Buffalo Bills. I have it up here, but the Bears traded the number 41, 72, and 240th picks to Buffalo for the numbers 56, 62, and 109th picks. So kind of the translation. Chicago, they slid back 15 spots with their second round pick and also moved up from their high third rounder to number 62. That's the second to the last second round pick. So we're looking at a jump from 240 to 109 as well. Just really a massive jump. Just a really nice move, a nice trade with the Buffalo Bills. I think it's great. And now they use their next pick on Azie. Now, this is more of a move for the future, like I said, and there's actually been some rumors that Darnell Wright, he might actually move over to the left tackle. So there's that. There's also not a guarantee that Braxton Jones, that he's going to be ready for the season. Trapillo, he not only provides immediate competition, but there's a future that if we choose not to pay Braxton next year, this is what we're looking for. We're looking at Azie and last year's third rounder, Karan Amagaje. He's got a full offseason this year, friends. He's going to have a full camp. We're going to see what we have with him. And also we have the offensive line coach to actually coach players up. There's a novel concept, right? But Azie, he's coming onto the team to compete with Amagaje to possibly be the new left tackle next year if we decide not to keep Braxton Jones. Both of these guys have prototypical left tackle size. It's just a matter of who's ready first here. And in the short term, Amagaje, with Azie joining the team, Amagaje, he can even move inside to back up Tooney and or Jackson. Just really adds a lot to this offensive line room. And Ben Johnson, more specifically, offensive line coach Dan Ruchar, he's an elite coach. I'm confident he's going to get the development done on these two players. So let's talk about Trapillo specifically. The guy started at right tackle for the past 2 seasons, but he does have experience playing left tackle. He started 10 games at left tackle in 2022. And this is from NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah. He called Trapillo a day one starter at right tackle immediately. That could also once again suggest a move for Darnell Wright to left tackle. That's something General Manager Ryan Poles has hinted at as a possibility. Don't really know for sure at this juncture, but here's also what USA Today's Ayrton Osley, I hope I'm saying that name right. This is what he had to say about Trapillo. NFL bloodlines. His father played in the NFL. Huge frame, 6'8", 319 pounds. Wow, an 82-inch wingspan here. Pass protection, that's his strong suit at this point, with good awareness, hand placement, and positioning. His smooth athleticism and footwork, that helps him against longer edge rushers. He needs to improve in something, he needs to improve in the run game, but he can become a reliable starter early on in his rookie contract. And once again, that's what Dan Ruchar, as our offensive line coach, is looking for. He's looking for players to come onto this team that are already really good pass protectors. He figures that run protection can be taught. Pass protection, it's kind of, you either got it or you don't. I think that's really refreshing because in the past, the Bears have simply filled the lineup with mostly run protecting tackles and guards. Obviously, that hasn't gone well for a quarterback. So this is actually refreshing that this is made a priority with new additions to this team. So he's from Norwell, Massachusetts. He actually spent 5 seasons with the Eagles, 44 games on the offensive line, earned a starting spot on the offensive line during his sophomore campaign. Now let's focus on 2024. Started at right tackle, helped pave the way for, 4,754 total offensive yards. That ranked 12th in the ACC last year, 51 touchdowns. And we're looking at it as a prospect entering college. 4-star recruit from the class of 2020, ranked number 189 nationally, number 18 in offensive tackles, number 2 in the state of Massachusetts, and that's according to 247 Sports. He was the highest rated recruit in his class as far as from a composite level. So to kind of sum it up on Trapillo, he played at least 9 games in 4 straight seasons for Boston College. He improved every single year he went along, and he eventually earned all ACC first team honors in 2024 with his best season as a college athlete. Absolutely huge, 6'8", right? 316 pounds. This offensive tackle is a contender to make an immediate impact on the Chicago Bears. And I think the key. It's the Chicago Bears GM Ryan Poles, a former offensive lineman, Boston College alumni himself. He really made this second-round selection with protecting Bears Caleb Williams as a top priority. Man, I'm so excited about this pick. I can't talk, so excuse me. The Bears have needed upgrades all across their offensive line, but they took care of that in the offseason at center and both guards. Now we've got Trapillo to come in to compete for a starting role in the future and actually provide some competition in the short term. Then we're looking at, of course, we used our first 2 selections on skill position players. Tight end Colston Loveland, 10th overall. And then we brought in, this kid is just going to be a stud. Luther Burden III with our 39th overall pick. And now we use this pick to finally address the trenches, and I think it's just a really nice move. This marks the 4th big move along the offensive line this offseason. It includes trades for guards, right? Joe Tooney, Jonah Jackson, and free agent addition of center Drew Dahlman, who I really like this trend that the Chicago Bears are doing. They're being aggressive, but they're also setting themselves in a position to take the best coach, the best player available at every turn. They just took the best guy on the market with Ben Johnson. They did the same with Drew Dahlman. You can't argue with Joe Tooney. And man, Luther Burden, he's arguably the best wide receiver in this class. And Colston Loveland, it was a surprise, right? A lot of us expected Tyler Warren to be the pick. But the more I look into this, the more I look into how Ben Johnson is going to actually use this kid in the offense. He has a bigger catch radius than Warren. He's a better receiver than Warren. He's faster than Warren. He's bigger than Warren. He's 2 years younger than Warren. For what Ben Johnson wants to use him for, he doesn't need him to line up at running back. He doesn't need him to take wildcat snaps. He needs him to be out on the flat, out in the middle of the field, even break out wide to be a huge mismatch on this offense. And I think it was the right pick. And I think you're going to look back on this and look at Loveland as really being the linchpin of when this offense really turned the corner. But yeah, we've got Trapillo as a future prospect to really be an important part of this Bears offensive line in the future. I think it's a sneaky great pick. As usual, you guys let me know in the comments what you think. We'll chop it up in the comments and bear down. We'll talk soon. I'll talk to you tomorrow.